Have you ever paused in front of the mirror and quietly asked yourself, do people still see me as attractive? Do women still notice me? Or has that chapter of my life closed? It's a thought that creeps in as the years go by. You might remember the days when turning heads was effortless, when your presence alone could command attention. But now, with a few more wrinkles, gray hair, or maybe even less hair altogether, you may wonder, has that spark faded? Here's the truth: you could be far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. You see, attractiveness isn't about chasing youth. It's not about competing with 20-year-olds or trying to rewind the clock. True attractiveness is something much deeper, something that actually grows stronger with age if you allow it to. It's about presence, confidence, wisdom, style, humor, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself through life. And whether you notice it or not, people, especially women, do. They may not always come right out and say it, but through their actions, their body language, and their subtle words, they reveal that you still have a powerful magnetic appeal. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 undeniable signs that show you're still a striking older man, even if you don't realize it. Some of these signs might surprise you. Some you've probably overlooked. And by the end, you may see yourself in a whole new light. So stay with me. And before we dive in, if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. If you enjoy this one, type 1 in the comments. If you don't, type 0. That way, I'll know how to make even better content for you. Alright, let's begin. Con number 1: people often seek your advice or assistance. Think about this for a moment. How often do people turn to you for advice, guidance, or even casual help? You may not think of this as a sign of attractiveness, but it absolutely is. Why? Because people don't seek wisdom, stability, and reassurance from just anyone. They seek it from those they respect, from those they trust, and that respect, that trust, that's deeply attractive. As an older man, you carry something younger men don't yet have: lived experience. You've been through struggles, heartbreaks, successes, and failures. And that shows. It shows in your calm demeanor, in the way you don't panic, in the way you listen. Take Richard, for example. He's 67. He never thought of himself as particularly good-looking, but everywhere he went, work functions, family gatherings, even casual events, people gravitated toward him. Younger men asked for career advice. Women lingered a little longer in conversations, asking about his thoughts and perspectives. Even strangers approached him on the street, sensing he was approachable. At first, Richard didn't think much of it, but what he didn't realize was this: people weren't just drawn to his wisdom. They were drawn to him, to his steady presence, to the quiet confidence he radiated. And women especially noticed this. A man who doesn't have to shout, who doesn't have to prove himself, who simply exists with quiet strength, that man is magnetic. So, if you've noticed people naturally seek you out, even for small things, don't dismiss it. That's attraction. Quick check for you: think back to the last time someone came to you for advice. Whether about relationships, work, or even just directions. Did it seem random? Or could it be a reflection of the trust and attraction you naturally inspire? Sign number 2: receive compliments on your style and grooming. Now let's talk about something many men overlook: style. If you've ever been told, that color looks great on you, or you always look sharp, that's not just politeness. That's an acknowledgement of your presence. As we age, style isn't about chasing trends. It's about knowing what works for you and owning it. A crisp blazer, a neatly trimmed beard, polished shoes, even a signature cologne. These small choices speak volumes. They say, I respect myself, I value myself. And here's the secret: when you respect yourself, others can't help but respect and notice you too. Take Robert, 68. He thought nothing of his clothes. But over time, he realized something: women often uncomplimented him. Not just once, but regularly. "You look so put together. That jacket really suits you." He brushed it off as politeness, until he finally understood people noticed his effort, and it added to his appeal. So here's my question for you: do you put care into how you present yourself? Or do you treat clothing as an afterthought? Because trust me, style and grooming are silent signals of attractiveness, and women notice more than you think. Number 3, women hold eye contact with you longer than usual. Eye contact, one of the oldest, most powerful forms of communication. Have you ever noticed a woman looking at you just a little longer than necessary? Maybe she holds your gaze for a second too long, then glances away. Maybe she looks again, as if by accident. That's no accident, that's interest. Charles, 72, never thought women noticed him anymore. One afternoon in a bookstore, he caught a younger woman's gaze. She looked at him, looked away, then looked again, holding her eyes on him for just a moment too long. Later, she smiled faintly before turning back to her book. Charles thought nothing of it. But here's the reality: women and don't linger with their eyes unless something about you intrigues them. It's not always about looks in the traditional sense. It's about presence, composure, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself. So here's my challenge: the next time you notice a woman holding eye contact with you longer than expected, don't dismiss it. Don't tell yourself it's nothing. Recognize it for what it is: a quiet, powerful sign that she finds you attractive. High number 4, people naturally gravitate toward you. Let's talk about energy. Have you ever walked into a room and felt people subtly shift toward you? Have conversations flowed more easily when you're around? Do women seem to enjoy lingering near you? That's attraction, and it's one of the clearest signs. You don't have to be the loudest voice. You don't have to demand attention. True magnetism isn't forced. It's felt. It's in the aura you carry. Think about it: when people trust you, when they feel comfortable around you, when they enjoy your company, that's not coincidence. That's the kind of energy people are drawn to. And it's far more attractive than youthful good looks. Quick reflection: have you ever been told, "I just feel comfortable talking to you," even by strangers? If yes, take it as a sign you're more magnetic than you realize. Number 5, you exude a confident, relaxed presence. This may be the most attractive trait of all. Confidence, but not the loud, arrogant kind. The quiet, steady kind. The kind that says, "I know who I am, and I have nothing to prove." Younger men often chase validation. They want to prove themselves. But older men, when they embrace who they are, carry a different energy. One that's calm, relaxed, comfortable. George, 74, wasn't flashy. He didn't tell stories to impress. But people always leaned in when he spoke. Women listened closely. Men respected him. Why? Because confidence, when it's real, is impossible to ignore. Think about this: do you feel at ease in your own skin? Do you walk into a room without needing to dominate it, but still notice people pay attention? That's confidence, and it's magnetic. High number 6, you receive subtle compliments on your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't about looking like a bodybuilder. It's about vitality. When women say things like, "You look strong," "You have so much energy," or "I hope I can move like you at your age," pay attention. Those comments are not small. They are powerful signals that people notice your health, your strength, your presence. Thomas, 69, took daily walks, nothing fancy. But women often told him, "You move like someone younger." He didn't realize it then, but those comments were reflections of his appeal. Ask yourself: do people comment on your energy, posture, or activity level? If yes, you're giving off signals of attractiveness you may not even realize. High number 7, women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Finally, humor. If women laugh at your jokes, especially the corny ones, it's not about the joke. It's about you. Laughter creates connection. It shows comfort. It reveals attraction. Henry, 73, loved simple jokes. He never thought of them as impressive. Yet women always laughed. They stayed longer in conversation. They leaned closer. Why? Because humor is attractive. It shows intelligence, warmth, and confidence. Pay attention if women laugh easily around you, even when your joke is predictable. It's not about the joke, it's about how much they enjoy your company. Final thoughts. So let me ask you again, when you look in the mirror, do you really see yourself? Or are you only noticing the wrinkles, the gray hairs, the changes? Because here's the truth: attractiveness doesn't fade, it evolves. You're not competing with your younger self. You're stepping into something greater. A kind of magnetism that comes from wisdom, confidence, presence, and self-respect. So the next time you doubt your charm, pay attention to the signs, the compliments, the laughter, the eye contact, the way people gravitate toward you. You may just discover that you are far more attractive than you've ever given yourself credit for. And remember this: a man who is truly at ease with himself is always magnetic. Always. If you've enjoyed this video, type yes in the comments. Share your thoughts. Do you recognize these signs in your own life? I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget subscribe, like, and share so we can continue building this community together.